رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه وأهل بيته أجمعين وبعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولا تقتلوا أنفسكم إن الله كان بكم رحيما صدق الله العظيم وقال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم من قتل نفسه بشيء في الدنيا عذب به يوم القيامة في نار جهنم أو كما قال عليه الصلاة والسلام رواه البخاري في كتاب الأدب ومسلم في باب غلظ قتل الإنسان نفسه. Dear audience, before we listen to the severity of suicide and its futility, let's have a glance on its prevalence. So according to a report of World Health Organization, after every 40 seconds a suicide takes place in the world. However, suicide could have been useful by any means if the life in this world were only the life. But the reality is that the life in this world is only to prepare for the world hereafter, which is called Akhirah. As it is mentioned in Surah Al-Dhariyat, ayat 56 to 58, and the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is reported to have said, Allahumma la aisha illa aisha al-akhirah. Oh Allah, there is no life but the life of the world hereafter. Bukhari Sharif, Kitab al-Riqaq. So to increase their ranks in Jannah, sometimes Allah Almighty tests His slaves by putting them in different problems. In such moment, what a slave first has to do is to practice patience and think that everything is from Allah Almighty, then to deal with all these problems in the light of Sharia, which has already been given by Allah Almighty. Allah Almighty says, وَلَنَبْلُوَنَّكُمْ بِشَيْءٍ مِّنَ الْخَوْفِ وَالْجُوعِ وَنَقْصٍ مِّنَ الْأَمْوَالِ وَالْأَنفُسِ وَالثَّمَرَاتِ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ الَّذِينَ إِذَا أَصَابَتْهُم مُّصِيبَةٌ قَالُوا إِنَّا لِلَّهِ وَإِنَّا إِلَيْهِ راجعون أُولَئِكَ عَلَيْهِمْ صَلَوَاتٌ مِّن رَّبِّهِمْ وَرَحْمَةٌ وَأُولَئِكَ هُمُ الْمُهْتَدُونَ. And we will definitely test you with the bit of fear and hunger and loss in wealth and lives and fruits, and give good tidings to the patient who, when the suffering comes to them, say, we certainly belong to Allah and to Him we are bound to return. Those are the ones upon whom there are blessings from their Lord, and those are the ones who are on right path. Now, let's take a look at certain reasons of suicide and its remedies. The first reason is loss in wealth. For example, suppose a person lost everything in the field of business, and now he has neither any capital by which he could launch and establish any further business, nor any source to borrow it from. Then he must do any job which will provide him even only daily basis sustenance. Here, we must remember that even most of the prophets lived their lives by having ordinary professions and jobs, which clearly means that every lawful profession and job fully suits every person. I repeat it, that every lawful profession and job fully suits every person. More than this, if he is physically too weak to earn his sustenance on his own, then he should never hesitate to use the lawful support from gracious, rich and elite people. While at the last resort, Allah Almighty has also allowed to use those means of sustenance which are not allowed in normal conditions, as it is mentioned in Surah Al-Baqarah, ayah 172 and 73. Even if a person is boycotted, then also he should never commit suicide. And in this regard, we have a very lovely example in the boycott of the beloved Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his companions by the people of Mecca for constant 2 or 3 years. That every sort of life-giving food was banned upon him. Even they had to chew the leaves of trees and eat the things which are rarely eaten. Imagine what a crucial was the time, what a helpless was the condition. But they didn't even think to commit suicide. Then what happened? The whole world knows that the boycott ended, and Allah Almighty blessed them to the extent that they brought peace and empowerment to the tribes of Arab. So the similar will be the result if you practice the similar passions. The second reason is loss in life. For example, a woman suddenly loses her husband and she commits suicide. But on this anxious moment, if she gets pleased with the judgment of Allah Almighty and doesn't commit suicide, then Allah Almighty will definitely bless her in this world and the world hereafter, like Hazrat Khadija, Hazrat Hafsa, Hazrat Zainab bint Khuzaimah, that they were tested by the loss of their husband, but they stuck steadfastly to passions. Then the most ideal husband, the last prophet of Allah, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, made their husband, and what a fantastic husband he was. So the similar will be the award of passions in the loss of the other relatives. The second reason is that, for example, a person faces allegation, blame even for his character. In this regard, a person must remember that his suicide will open some new chapters to confuse many more people. Unlike this, if he gives passion and he is alive, then he will definitely have so many chances to demolish this blame. His good morals and righteous deeds in future will balance his personality. Not only this, but also his personality will be more beloved to the people than ever before. Like Hazrat Yusuf alayhi salam, Hazrat Maryam alayhi salam, Hazrat Aisha radiyallahu anha, they were wrongly blamed for their characters, but they kept patient. Then what happened? The more people tried to defame them, the more pious they were declared by Allah Almighty forever. As it is mentioned in Surah Yusuf, ayah 22 to 52, Surah Maryam, ayah 26 to 33, and Surah Nur, ayah 11 to 20, as well as Bukhari Sharif, Kitab al-Tafsir, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ جَاءُوا بِالْإِفْكِ عُصْبَةٌ مِّنْكُمْ. Sometimes a mother doesn't confine to commit suicide, but she also kills her children. But she should never do so. Allah Almighty says, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَوْلَادَكُمْ خَشْيَةَ إِمْلَاقٍ إِنَّ قَتْلَهُمْ كَانَ خِطْئًا كَبِيرًا. Surah Bani Israel, ayah 31. In this regard, we must learn the lesson from Hazrat Ismail's mother. When his father, Hazrat Ibrahim, left him and his mother in a very hot and dry valley of Makkah with very little amount of water and dates, which soon finished. Then there was no sign of water, and due to extreme thirst, Hazrat Ismail started crying and rubbing his heels on the earth. But his mother neither committed suicide nor killed her child. Then the result is that the infant who was lacking even a single drop of water. Because of the passions of his mother, Allah Almighty provided the well of Zamzam, the unprecedented water. Yes, brother, it is the well of Zamzam which provides per second 8,000 liters of water. Yes, brother, by the virtue of the passions of this very infant's father, the city of Makkah became the center of attention for the whole world. And yes, brother, by the virtue of the passions of this very infant's father, now people there enjoy the sustenance of fruits. Then the similar will be the result. Whatever may be the trial, if he or she gets pleased with the judgment of Allah Almighty and uses all the lawful possible ways for their upbringing, then Allah Almighty won't only save their children, but also He will use them to serve humanity as per the need of the time. The fifth reason is complication in different demands of different members of the family. So to get rid of this complication, we must try to confine, to fulfill only those demands which are varied in the light of Sharia and seek excuse for the invaried ones in a very polite manner. That's all. Allah Almighty says in two long ayat about this very complication. لا تكلف نفس إلا وسعها لا تضار والدة بولدها ولا مولود له بولده. And he says لينفق ذو سعة من سعته ومن قدر عليه رزقه فلينفق مما آتاه الله لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا ما آتاها سيجعل الله بعد عسر يسرا. And a man of vast means should spend according to his vast means, and anyone whose sustenance is limited, he should spend for whatever Allah Almighty has given to him. And Allah Almighty doesn't obligate anyone beyond whatever He has given to him. And Allah Almighty will soon bring ease after the difficulty. Think, brother, when Allah Almighty doesn't obligate ourselves beyond our capacity, then why should we obligate ourselves beyond our capacity? And for the pleasure of whom other than Allah, brother, we should destroy our life by suicide or any way? Of course not. The sixth reason is failure in appointed goals. For example, a student fails in the exam and he commits suicide. But remember, the moment he commits suicide, all the doors are closed before him to try again to shine. So the remedy is that he must introspect and analyze whether the lack of his personal hard work caused him this failure. If it is so, then there is nothing to worry about, because the day he makes firm intention to overcome it, he will definitely do it, not only to pass the exam, but also to enjoy a successful life forever. If it isn't no so, but his mind doesn't work. Here, the most important idea which I would love to foster in the minds of the students especially is that naturally everybody has divine intelligence and God-gifted intellect. But Allah Almighty doesn't want the intellect of everybody to work in every subject. So to find out the subject of his intelligence, a student must act upon dynamic suggestions of the sincere teachers and the experts. Suppose that no academic field or subject is discovered for him, then also it doesn't matter at all, because human society does equally need services in non-educational fields also. And the history of the world is full of the people who failed to work in educational field. But remember, they did fill the world with their dynamic, highly profound contributions and services in non-educational fields. Then the summary is that the utility of man is required only. Allah Almighty says, وَأَن لَيْسَ لِلْإِنسَانِ إِلَّا مَا سَعَى وَأَنَّ سَعْيَهُ سَوْفَ يُرَى ثُمَّ يُجْزَاهُ الْجَزَاءَ الْأَوْفَى وَأَنَّ إِلَى رَبِّكَ الْمُنْتَهَى. Surah Najm, Ayah 39, 40, 41, 42. And every man will deserve only his effort, and his effort will soon be seen, and he will be given full award for it, and to your Lord is the end. And he says in the other place, وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا وَإِنَّ اللَّهَ لَمَعَ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. And those who strive in my way, in our way, we will definitely take them to our path. Indeed, Allah is with those who are good in deeds. This is the last ayah of Surah Al-Kabut. So please, never jeopardize and destroy the real career, the career of the Akhirah, for the temporary career of this world. And the last reason for society's blind love. So the remedy for the all problems in the terms of love is to enjoy only a divine love. We must love our Lord, and we must love for our Lord. Allah Almighty says, الْأَخِلَّاءُ يَوْمَئِذٍ بَعْضُهُمْ لِبَعْضٍ عَدُوٌّ إِلَّا الْمُتَّقِينَ. And friends on that day will be enemies to each other except God-fearing. However, brother, suicide is not solution for any problem. Rather, it is door to the unexpected and never-ending problems. Allah Almighty says, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ إِنَّ اللَّهَ كَانَ بِكُمْ رَحِيمًا. And don't kill yourselves. Allah is the most merciful to you. And the Prophet ﷺ is reported to have said, من قتل نفسه بشيء في الدنيا عذب به يوم القيامة في نار جهنم. رواه مسلم والبخاري. Whoever kills himself by any way, he will be punished by the same on the day of judgment in the fire of hell. However, brother, we have two duties here. The first is that we must avoid suicide, and the second is that we should never cause anyone by any way to commit suicide. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله.